guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Marsha with Marsha's Mind. What's on my mind today? Accidents are not accidental. Stay tuned. To go over two things that happened to me this weekend and tell you or explain to you what I've learned, and maybe it will help you too. The very first thing that happened was we were in a fender bender, and you think, oh my gosh, law of attraction person should not be in one of those, a co-creator should not be in one of those. At least that's what I thought. But I want to share something with you that may help you if anything happens to you that is unexpected to you or an accident. Okay, I don't know if you have heard of that saying by Steve Jobs about life connecting dots or whatever. You don't know the future except when you connect the dots back to the past or something like that. I'll quote it here. Anyway, Esther Hicks, she has a video where she had gone into a store and an 18-year-old had crashed into her Escalade or whatever car she had with her Mustang. And you thought, oh my gosh, Esther Hicks, she's, co-creator, law of attraction, all this, how that happened to her. Well, that's what I was thinking when this happened to me, my husband. But let me tell you what happened before that. That day I was feeling blasé and I wanted to get out of the house. I was having kind of cabin fever and I wasn't really on my game. I wasn't feeling aligned. I should have took a nap or meditated. Instead I wanted to go out of the house, and I kept thinking to myself, I wonder if this is a bad mistake. Maybe we should stay home. I wonder if we should go. And then as my husband was driving, we stopped at a stop sign and a car went by and he kind of rolls, and another car was coming. And I thought, gosh, those people are probably going to think we're going to pull out. I feel sorry for them. So they passed by, and that kind of bothered me. So we're driving along and we get to the light that we're at, and there are three lanes. There's a turn lane, and then a lane over here that goes straight. We're in this middle turn lane. And some guy from over here is trying to get past all these lanes into Walgreens. And we're like, oh, these people think they're doing something courteous by letting him in, but the people going straight this way don't see this guy. And a car was coming and almost hit him. And we commented on that, right? We rendezvoused with that, which we don't usually do, but we did. Nothing happened, but we did comment on it. And then, innocently enough, we were down the road we were at a stoplight, and I was just sitting there and I forgot what we were talking about, but my car felt like someone closed the back of the hatch, the back hatch, because I have a crossover, but it was a car who hit us, and I heard my husband go, oh shoot. And so we pulled over. I'm like, God, that hardly felt like anything, and why would I attract that? How did I attract this? And we're all co-creators, right? All of us together, so we all attracted this somewhere. There's no accident, there's no coincidence. It's not a coincidence that I wanted to leave the house. It all just came together, and come to find out, it was someone I work with. I sit right across from her. She's a co-worker. So that is very interesting. Just wanted to touch base with you to let you know there are no accidents. We are all co-creators. You saw how I was feeling and thinking, and that led to that. But another part of this video is to show you, or to tell you, explain to you. I was reading in Wayne Dyer's book, The Erroneous Zones, how we are responsible for how we feel. I was reading in The Secret, the Power by Rhonda Byrne. She said everything is neutral. It's just what feeling we give to it. And you can decide whether you want to be happy, angry, or not. And I was fine. Our car was fine. Everyone was fine. Didn't call the cops, didn't call the insurance. Her car, though, was the top of it, the hood was a little crunched, and I felt bad. But, she just went home. I don't know what happened. I'll talk to her Monday. But I didn't let it bother me. Then the next day, my daughter and I went shopping. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to show you that quote in this book about the Erroneous Zones by Dyer. He says, "You are the person responsible for how you feel. You feel what you think, and you can learn to think differently about anything if you decide to do so." So, we are all responsible. Take responsibility for what happens in your life. We're all co-creators. It just shows how powerful creators we really are, and we manifest things. So it's very careful to watch how you feel, watch what you think, and it really matters of what you think and what you just feel. Also, very important is to segment intent, and that's a whole nother video. I've done videos about it. I will go into one later, but I also wanted to go in about my daughter and I. We went shopping, and we had a glorious day. Everything was perfect. Everything, from traffic to the way we felt, to what we found, to where we went, everything. Our final stop was Barnes & Noble's, and we were sitting at the coffee shop having some coffee and cheesecake. I had a scone and some coffee. We sat at a little table. Everything was great. I was just looking around at everyone, thinking how happy they were. Everyone was to themselves, just taking it easy, having a great time, right? And this lady sat down right next to us at a little table. No big deal. There was another lady right there at another little table. No big deal. We're all just minding our own business, right? And so I guess the lady sitting over here was waiting for another one, because a lady came in, and she's like, "Oh, hi, I'm Cinda. Oh, hi, I'm Carol. Nice to meet you." So they sat down, and they were talking about something. I don't know. We weren't paying attention. But every once in a while, I could see through my peripheral vision this lady that arrived. She kept turning her head towards us. And my daughter's reaction, I could see her face and the way her body was tensing up, and it wasn't a good vibe. And so all of a sudden, I felt the lady's head turn towards us, and then I hear this great big sigh. And she scooted up her chair. And right when she sat down, I felt she was a little close, because the chairs and tables were a little close. So I scooted my chair over ever so slightly. And that's when it happened. That's when that sigh happened. Well, after that, the sigh happened. And I'm like, is she complaining that I'm close to her? She sat down right there next to us. I'm thinking, okay, that was very strange. Is she complaining? And I see her head again, by my peripheral vision, turning, as if she's trying to look at us. And I could tell she was kind of being, I don't know, her repertoire or her rapport with the lady she was with didn't seem that great either. So I'm thinking she just didn't like the whole situation, and I'm thinking she just directed her anger and blame to us so she could move, because I heard the lady say, "Well, if you're uncomfortable, we can go in the back." I'm thinking that lady was saying, like, they're like listening on my conversation, they're too close. And my blood was boiling inside of me. I'm all about positive and love, and I thought, okay, how am I going to handle this? How am I going to handle this? And I could feel my adrenaline pumping. And I was like, lady, if you got a problem, sorry, but I was here first. I actually said that. And I kind of said it like under my breath, not directly to her, but like if she was hearing that. And then that's when she kept turning her head, and finally they got up and left. But it's like, hello, you sat down next to us, we were here first. A grown woman was acting that way, and I was not sure at first, but then you kind of listened, you could feel the vibes, it was directed towards us. My daughter saw her looking at us peripherally, if that's a word. But in The Power by Rhonda Byrne, there's something in here that reminded me of her. Okay? And this is, again, we control our feelings. We make the circumstance what it is by how we feel. We control it. If a person says or does something and you find yourself feeling upset, offended, or angry, do your best to change the negative reaction right away. Simply being aware that you've reacted negatively takes the power out of the negative feelings immediately and can even stop them. So it didn't happen in the moment, but after the fact, my daughter and I were talking, we talked to my husband about it, and we were just laughing. We were like, whoa, that lady must be really unhappy in her life to project something so petty to two little girls sitting there enjoying their coffee, just minding their own business, right? And we felt sorry for her, so I send her love and light. Hopefully she sees the error of her ways, and hopefully she doesn't treat her family that way. Also, there is another thing in here I wanted to read to you out of the power. A person surrounded by a magnetic field of anger doesn't feel good at all. And so, if you come into their presence, they will most likely direct their anger at you. And we could tell she was not liking where she was, the situation, and she decided to direct that towards my daughter and I. And she didn't say anything to the lady next to her, did she? I don't know, I didn't look. You know, it's that passive-aggressive situation there that everyone was doing. But afterwards, you know, we didn't let it bother us. We were responsible for our feelings. So, in this book by Wayne Dyer, The Erroneous Zones, he states that we have grown up in a culture which has taught us that we are not responsible for our feelings, even though the syllogistic truth is that we always have been. We've learned a host of sayings to defend ourselves against the fact that we do control our feelings, such as, you hurt my feelings, you make me feel bad, I can't help the way I feel, I just feel angry, don't ask me to explain it, he makes me sick, heights scare me, you're embarrassing me, she really turns me on, you made a fool of me in public. Well, try to turn those things around, because we are responsible for how we feel, right? Listen to this. I hurt my feelings because of the things I told myself about your reaction to me. I made myself feel bad. I can help the way I feel, but I've chosen to be upset. I've decided to be angry because I can usually manipulate others with my anger since they think I control them. I make myself sick. I scare myself at high places. I'm embarrassing myself. I turn myself on whenever I'm near her. I made myself feel foolish by taking our opinions of me more seriously, of my opinions more seriously than my own, and believing that others would do the same. We are the persons responsible for our own feelings. That's what's so amazing. All of this, all of my reading, I got tested on. When I read something new, it seems like I get tested on it. And it's like it comes about. And I'm just glad that she didn't say anything, because I don't know if I would have just digressed to my old self and be like, hey! No, I don't think I would have yelled at her, but wow. I couldn't believe that lady was like that. So, I just went home. We laughed about it. We couldn't imagine that, but at least I was in a good place. I was in alignment with myself to be happy and control how I feel. Same with the car bumper thing. I'm fine. You know, it's not like I'm a victim. No one's punishing me. I didn't do anything wrong. It's just how we think. We create by default and we don't realize it. This shows how powerful we are. So, just stressing that we are in control of our own feelings. Choose how you feel. Choose love and light. Don't talk about accidents when you're driving. I always tell my husband that. It's just what you focus on, what you think about, what you talk about is what you attract. So, from my experience, I'm lending you a lovely little tip is watch what you say and make sure you feel good and things are positive. So, and sometimes don't leave the house because you might just need to take a nap. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, and these books are great. I'm really enjoying these. And Esther Hicks, love her. I mean, if she can get a fender bender, you know, we all can. That's because we create by default. So watch what you feel and watch what you say. Much love and light to you guys. I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.